rainbow jumper from North Yorkshire. So today is a special video because it is the video that literally everyone has requested for like the last year. I am finally making the meet my horses video. So for a long time, you guys have been very confused as to how many horses I have, what they're called, who they actually are, what they've done, and just everything about them. A lot of people think I have like 4 horses. I wish. Unfortunately, there's a few more than that. We're gonna slowly make our way around today and like have a chat about each of them. I'm gonna show you them in their stables, and then maybe I'll play some clips from like what they've been doing and stuff recently or in the past. I don't really know where this video is gonna go, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. It has been highly requested. I did film this video before Christmas, for it was gonna be one of my Vlogmas days, but unfortunately I looked over the footage and it was nice footage, but the audio was horrendous. It was such a windy day. We didn't take it into consideration, so you can hardly hear anything I'm saying. It seems a lot quieter today, so fingers crossed the audio works because I am not filming this again. So without further ado, let's get started. So let's meet our first horse. So you guys, I apologise first because the sun is in my face, so if I'm like, that's why. This is Dreamer, and I have had Dreamer for nearly 8 years now. So Dreamer was my first ever horse, okay? And everyone seems to get him confused with Vanti because they do look kind of similar. But Dreamer is literally the most trustworthy horse in the entire world. He is amazing. If I get any friends around and stuff, whether they've ridden, whether they haven't, Dreamer is the one that they can ride. And like loads of tricks with him and stuff. I'll put a video in now from when I cantered standing up on him. I've done that twice, once in the arena, once in an open field. So he is extremely good and very well behaved, aren't you? He's a bit nippy sometimes though. You have a little bit of a bite on you, don't you? But he is such a good boy in general, and yeah, I love him very much. He's a 17-year-old Arab cross Connemara gelding. I got him when he was 9 and I just turned 12. I got him for my birthday, and my parents actually bought him for me. And you might be thinking, at 50 and 1, why did my parents get Dreamer as my first horse when I was only tiny? Well, they had this idea that they'd get me a bigger horse at 50 and 1, and then I would never grow out of him and I would never have to get another horse ever again. Yeah, joke's on them because now we've got 18. He is a clever boy and we love him very much, don't we? Big superstar. So next up we have Macy and Rue. This is Macy and Rue. I don't know whether you guys can see them because the lighting is so bad, but this is Rue. Rue is the coloured one, and he will be 12 years old now, and Macy could be 13 or 11 and 12. I'm not sure entirely, but we've had them for a year and a half, 2 years maybe now, I'm not sure. This baby is my favourite because she's so cute. I'm so Rue, you're cute too. Macy and Rue came to us when their old owners had to move away to be with their family down south. They couldn't take them with them because of the house they were moving into had no land and stuff for them anymore. So they were going to have to part with them, and they've been together for years and years, and they were desperate for them not to ever be separated. Oh, they're grooming now. They love to compete in the Shetty games that we do here for fun. And we actually showed these two last year a little bit. And Macy was the reserve performance champion of the year. I will post a few videos of that in now as well. She loves to do the performance classes and stuff like that, and she's so good. She's very brave. Personality-wise, she reminds me a lot of Evie, who we'll meet in a minute. So the next pony I'd like to introduce you to is Ziggy. Come here. Ziggy. Ziggy, come out!
1 hour later.
Ziggy, darling! Come here! Come here, I'm stealing your hay. I'm stealing it.
2 hours later.
Come and say hi! Stop being so grumpy! Bye.
3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
Let's try bribery. Ziggy, come here, darling. Ziggy, come on. Ziggy, do not make me head collar you. I will. Why are you doing this? You're so sociable.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new.
Anyway, this is a dark hole that contains Ziggy. Is a bit weird. So Ziggy has quite the story behind him. I got him in 2015 around March, April time, and I started trying to get his double clears and I started competing him. He was very temperamental when we first got him. Basically, the owner that had him before us had worked really hard with him to get him back, as before she'd got him, he'd had a massive confidence knock. So she'd got his confidence back up to sort of like able to jump around fences and stuff again and able to have a bit of confidence, but he was still a little bit hit and miss. If you missed to a fence on him, he would slam on the brakes, absolutely say no. So he was quite weird to ride because he was very unforgiving and quite difficult, really. What? We really worked on him in my last year, and by the end of the year he was doing phenomenally. When we went to the Morris show that year, the Morris Summer Pony Premier, he won all of his classes there and won all but one, which he placed in as well, so he was double clearing everything. By the end of the year, he was jumping like 125s clear, no hesitation. He was really forgiving, he was an absolute dream. But 2015 was my last year on ponies, so I had to sell one of my ponies, and I had because I'd had Nero that little bit longer and he'd always been like my dream pony and stuff, I just couldn't bring myself to sell Nero, so I thought I'm gonna have to sell Ziggy if I want to get another horse to compete. We looked for a home for Ziggy and we found a family that seemed perfect at the time, and he went to live down in Coventry. Initially they seemed to be doing pretty well, but unfortunately they had a little confidence knock at home together, and the girl who was riding him just wasn't quite the same after that. Both lost a lot of confidence as a combination, and it was becoming a real disaster. Ziggy was not jumping at all again, like he wouldn't even go over a cross pole, and yeah, it was pretty bad. Ziggy, that's my hair! Oh my god, he's eating my hair! Ziggy, no! Ziggy, oh, that hurt really bad. Where's my hair? I want it back. I was so upset the entire time. I really missed him. I really wanted him back because he'd become so close to me in the time that he was with me, and I just really, really missed him. And yeah, I was really hoping they would sell him, and then they did, but unfortunately they put him up at a price that was too high for what he was doing at the time and too high for what we could afford, because I'd already gone and bought Madge with the money that I'd spent, the money that I'd got from Ziggy. A family bought him and they didn't get on with him from the off-go, so we were able to buy him back off them. It was so good to have him home, even though he was a very different pony when he came back to us. He was quite dangerous. I was quite scared of him, to be honest, because he wasn't the same pony at all as he was when he left. He was really nervous. Any jump that you put up, he would just bolt flat out at it, and if you took even the slightest little pull to say, come on, you know, half halt, come back a little bit, he would throw his head so high. I'm not joking, the amount of times he smacked me in the face, and that's when you're like, sat right back, he would just hit me in the face with his head. But we got there eventually in the end, throughout the end of 2016 and most of 2017, that was my main season with him in horses. I registered him as a horse and I was competing him up to 1.5s and stuff, which he was really happy at. He's so consistent and he never really liked to knock a fence, so going out between 90 and 105, he was just super consistent, and always in the placings, and he had real fun with that. Unfortunately, at the beginning of 2018, he had a little bit of an accident out hacking. He's very spooky, very skitty, so we're not sure what happened, but a friend of mine was on him and he did a bit of a bolt at one of the bridleways, and the next day he was a little tiny bit lame in front, but not bad at all. Ziggy is his own worst enemy, so we took him into Rainbow, which is our equine hospital, and they basically said it was only something very minor and a couple of months rest would completely solve the issue. So that's what we did, but unfortunately the day before he was supposed to go back in, he got loose and bolted up and down the road loads of times, so he is his own worst enemy because he's very stressy and yeah, he's pretty weird, aren't you? So our next horse that we're going to meet, well, pony that we're going to meet, is Avanti, or Vanti as I call him. So his show name is Dirk van de Zuthwove, and he is a 14-2 Connemara cross New Forest gelding, and he is 9 years old. I've had Vanti since October, I think it was, we got him. So he is our newest big horse on the yard, and I originally bought him as a project pony because I really wanted to buy a pony to bring on and sell, but he's so cute.
I can't sell you when you're so cute.
So now the plan with Vanti is probably to keep him forever. But he has only done one show with me so far, and I just did a couple of tiny classes to see how he was, and he has excelled all expectations. I tried quite a few ponies when I was buying Vanti, and they were all kind of they were nice enough ponies, but they just weren't what I wanted. I just didn't feel they had as much potential as I wanted them to have. And then I tried Vanti and he was perfect. He was quite lazy, and he is quite lazy on the flat and when he's out hacking, so he takes some riding on the flat and out hacking, don't you? Yeah. What I really liked about him when I tried him was how he lit up when he saw a fence. Like, you want a pony that really loves what they're doing and really loves their job, and I knew that I had that with Vanti if I was going to get Vanti. So yeah, we had him vetted, he passed with flying colours, and now he's here. But even with that, I never expected him to shock me as much as he has. He has just come on so much since October. The other week we jumped him at home, and I was going through a bit of a phase with him over Christmas where I thought, I don't think he's ever going to jump anything bigger than sort of 110, I don't think he's got it in him. And then we put up a distance the other week, a 3-strider upright down to like an oxer spread fence, and I just kept saying to Dad, just put the oxer up a little bit more, put the oxer up a little bit more, and then he put it up and he was like, gosh Kate, that's about 130, and I thought, I wonder if this pony, he hadn't hesitated at all at any of the other fences. I thought, I wonder if he would take this on, and he jumped it the best out of any of the fences we'd jumped so far that session, and that's when I realised, wow, we've got something really special with Vanti. So he originated from the Netherlands and came over here a few years ago and was in a riding school for a few years before he went to his previous owner. His record in the Netherlands said he'd done some eventing, but only low level. He'd only done like 80s and 90s, so I've no idea where he gets this confidence to do such massive fences and like not be phased at all. I just wish that I'd had him in 2014 and 2015 when I was out doing the Pony Premier tracks. But I'm lucky to have him now, and he has a nice big long stride on him, which will be great for horses. We need to work on your balance a little bit more, don't we?
Yeah, I need to work on your balance.
He is doing really well, and I'm feeling so lucky to have him in my life. And I was just saying to my dad, don't let them put him down, don't let them put him down. It just seemed like the end, or I'm gonna cry.